We fixed it. Okay, so I have a few more people. Maybe we'll wait another 30 seconds here, but yeah, you guys can hear the music too? Kind of? Is anybody unmuted? Everybody's muted.
I can pretty much just hear you.
Okay. Do we turn the music up, or we'll turn the music up a smidge? Alrighty, well, we'll go ahead and get started. So, I think since it's going to be a fairly small group, we can keep it unmuted for you guys. So if you have any questions, you can just chime in, because I know I'm probably going to go a little fast. I'm going to kind of go through things quickly as we're moving. So yeah, just go ahead and chime in if you have any questions. So let's see, we have Libby. I don't think we've met.
No, I went to your class.
Oh, you did? Oh, yes, yes. Okay, I remember now.
Julie's friend.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I didn't recognize you there.
Yeah, I'm a little chunkier than the last time.
Oh, good. I'm glad you could make it. That's nice. And we have Mike. He is the yoga instructor. So he teaches Wednesdays and Fridays at the same time. So if you ever want to log on and check out his class.
Excellent.
And that's all we have for now. Oh, we have Jen. I think Jen is muted.
I was, and then like, see, this is why I go on mute. I get too many pop-ups. Yep, no, I'm in the Bay, but I definitely, after running all this week, I could use some foam rolling, so it's fine.
Okay, great. All right, thanks for joining. So it's up to you guys if you want to have your cameras on. Yeah, it's totally up to you guys. I figured we would start with feet today, and that'll give me some time to kind of run through. Libby, this might be a little bit of review for you, but it's always good to kind of remember. So does everybody have at least one tennis ball they can use? Anybody?
Okay,
yeah. So these are my tennis balls, and I know they look really magical here with the backdrop. But these are actually tennis balls. So I'm just gonna put it on the ground. It's up to you if you want to sit or stand. I'm gonna stand because I like to get a little more pressure. I'm gonna set that down. So we'll go ahead and just start with our right foot. So I have the tennis ball. I'll turn sideways so you guys can see. It's kind of under the arch right now. That's probably one of the more sensitive spots. So we're just gonna try that, and kind of, you'll get a feel for how it is there. And I'm just gonna roll back and forth. So I'm rolling from the front of the foot to the heel, and I'm just putting very gentle pressure right now. And I'm just going at a moderate pace, but if you wanna go a little quicker, that's a way to vary it, or you can go real slow. You can lean into it if you want to. So that's what we're doing for now. And just to review, if you guys don't know, if you've never done foam rolling, the purpose of foam rolling is to decrease pain and increase mobility. That's kind of the number one focus there. It also helps to alleviate tension. So if you have some tightness, if you're used to working out, or maybe you're used to sitting in a chair or driving, you're gonna get stiffness in the back, in the neck, in the shoulders, kind of all over. So this can help kind of alleviate some of that. So I'm just rolling back and forth here. Some of the other benefits of myofascial release or foam rolling is it helps to make your fascia supple. And I know that's one of your favorite words, Mike.
Yes.
So we're just rolling here. I'll show you guys some techniques right now. This is called a shearing technique, where you're just rolling back and forth. You can roll side to side. That's also a shearing technique. So I'm just kind of gonna spread my toes over the ball now and kind of press into it. So now we're not really rolling. Oh, is that Deanna? Hello. And I'm just kind of leaning into it and then leaning off. So now we're changing the pressure. We're not actually moving, but we're just changing the pressure. So that's, you can move, you can change the pressure. We're gonna do a little shearing again, and we're gonna do it really slow. We'll do a few, just real slow. And then we're gonna do really quick, so kind of double time it. So that's another way to change the technique, is the speed. And now I'm gonna make little circles. So little circles as I roll the ball from the top of my foot, kind of down to the heel. And you can vary the pressure the whole time. I'm doing a very gentle pressure. Something to keep in mind is, if you're familiar with the pain scale, you want it to be below a 4. So if you're really sensitive, like one of my feet typically has, in the arch, it's really sensitive, so I go a lot lighter. This foot is feeling okay today, so I'm kind of pressing into it a little more. So let's focus now on the toes. I'm just gonna spread my toes out kind of as wide as I can and lean into the ball, lean on and off. If you wanna lean into it and kind of pulse, so I'm bending my knee and just doing little pulses there, if that feels good for you. I'll come off it, and then I'm just gonna roll the ball down to the base of the foot, kind of the ball of the foot there. And same thing, lean into it, lean off of it. You can lean and kind of pulse. Ooh, now I'm feeling it. And if you're doing this in a chair, you won't get as much pressure, but sometimes that's better for people. You can be a little more gentle. Roll the ball down just a little more. Does anyone have any questions so far, or how are you guys feeling?
Good. Anyway, Carl, can zoom in on your foot?
We can try to, yeah. Need to turn sideways.
Oh, much better.
Yeah. Roll it down now. Now I'm getting into the arch of the foot. This part's really sensitive, so I'm just gonna roll from heel to toe. This one is actually really sore right there. It didn't feel so bad shearing, and now that I'm getting a little more pressure in, it's kind of getting to that threshold. And this practice is totally for you guys, so you can play around with this and kind of make it your own. And the nice thing about rolling the feet, you can kind of do it anywhere. Tennis balls are really small, so you can even do it while you're sitting at the dinner table, under the table. I'm gonna bring it to my heel, and I'm gonna actually come and stand up on this. My heel is not so sensitive, so I can actually stand and just sort of balance here and put a lot of pressure there. But again, everybody's gonna be a little different. If you have plantar fasciitis, which I do, this one is gonna be like amazing for you. And I'm kind of pulsing a little bit. I'm gonna kind of rock my knee side to side as well. I'm gonna turn this way so you guys can see. So I'm using the surrounding joints to help me adjust for my foot, so my foot can actually stay relaxed. When you allow that body part to stay relaxed, you get a little more out of it because you can get in a little deeper. I'm gonna do little ankle circles too. This one's feeling pretty good right now. All right, so I'm gonna do just a little kind of back and forth just to see if I find any other spots that are a little sensitive that I might want to tackle. Just feeling a little something back here in the heel. You might feel something in the arch. The arch typically is the most sensitive. I have a little spot kind of right on the medial part of the arch, the inner part. So you're just kind of listening to your body now and finding the spot that's going to work for you, a sensitive spot, a tender spot. Yeah, kind of maybe a sore spot. Just work in the whole area of the foot here. I'm going to do some little circles. A little more on the heel. All right, let's see about the other foot. So we're gonna move on over to the other foot and same thing. And again, you guys might notice one side is totally different than the other, and that's pretty common. Turn a little bit so you guys can see. So I'm just shearing, rolling forward and backward. And I just have a kind of light pressure for now. You might notice too when you first start, you're going to do a really light pressure, and then as you work a muscle group, you'll be able to get in a little deeper. I'm going to shear it side to side. Ooh, there's a tender spot on my big toe. Just kind of shifting around. And if you look down at your foot as you move, you might notice your toes kind of moving. They might kind of curl or do some funky things, and that's totally fine as long as it's not hurting. You're just getting into some of the joints and some of the surrounding tissues, and that kind of tells you how tight your feet might be. If you like to walk, you probably get a lot of different tight spots in your foot. So we'll just go side to side a little more, and I'm just sort of mentally collecting information if there's any little spots that I want to get after. Let's spread our toes over the ball kind of nice and wide and just push into it if it feels okay. You can bend and straighten, pulse a little bit. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Anybody having a soreness in one side more than the other? Do you notice a difference?
My right foot.
Yeah, I'm noticing kind of in my ankles. I'm not noticing too much of a difference yet, but we'll see. I'm going to roll it down now, the ball in my foot, and the same thing, bending and straightening that leg, or if you want to take a stance and kind of rock. Ooh, that one's really tight. And again, just remember that pain scale. You know, if you push into it and you start to get kind of above a 4, just ease off of it, because our goal is to reduce pain, not to make more pain. So let's roll it down right in the arch. I'll come this way so you guys can see. And I'm just gonna kind of rock it side to side. This one's feeling very tender. And then toe to heel. Ooh, yeah. And it's typically, tennis balls are a little softer, but if this still is feeling like it's too much, you can put the tennis ball underneath your yoga mat, or you can put it underneath a towel, and that might make it a little more gentle. I've had people even put it underneath a pillow, so just depends on how much pain you're comfortable with tolerating. Let's move it back just a little bit here, getting towards the heel, and I'm just rocking side to side. And then if you want to step up on the heel, a little added pressure there, kind of pulse it if you want. And again, this practice is for you, so whatever seems to feel right for you, and it might change every day. I'm kind of shifting my knee now out and in just to get the edges of my foot, the lateral edge, the medial edge. And let's bring it back. I'm going to do some little circles now. Hold this back.
That split screen is a genius.
Breaking up a bit. I'm having trouble hearing. Was there a question or a comment?
I said the split screen is rueful. And
It's
Carl
what?
Banks, it's helpful.
Is it? Okay, good. There's multiples of me. Alright, so I think I'm feeling pretty good about that. So I'm gonna do another one with the feet. Are you guys up for a little bit more with the feet, or are you getting is it overload? Ooh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I have the tennis ball kind of in the arch, a little bit closer to the heel so that my toe can touch down. So I have the tennis ball under my right leg. My left foot is just flat on the ground. I'm gonna slowly roll forward into a forward fold. So that's just gonna get a little bit more pressure, a little different pressure. And we'll just hold for a 10 count. And if you want to kind of, lift and lower that toe and make a lot of sound effects. Let's roll it back up. Okay, now this one is going to be even more fun. I'm going to take a step out a little wide. And let's see if we can roll forward here. Oh my goodness, that one is kind of at my limit. I'm gonna bend my knees, I think, on that one. Make it a little softer, and I'm just rocking back and forth. You can change the position if you want to bring that ball a little more on the ball of the foot instead. If you are like feeling okay with it, you can hold that forward fold and just kind of lean into it. It's up to you. This one's feeling a little tender for me, so I'm bending my legs to make it a little softer. And let's come up. Let's go one more. Woo, a little wider. Reposition here. So nice wide stance on this one. And this one, you don't have to fold forward. This wide stance is enough, and I'm just rotating the foot. So I'm kind of rotating at the hips, you'll notice, but you can just as easily kind of bend the knees and rotate at the knee instead. It's still kind of coming from the hip, but I'm using my knee to guide to kind of open and close there. I think that is good for that foot. Let's try the other side. So I'll come this way. Same thing, you want to be kind of right in the arch there. I have my toe down to start. And another trick you can use is a staggered stance. It'll get a little deeper. So I'm going to start here, forward fold. I'm going to try that staggered stance. Oh, and I'm going to lift the toe. Oh my goodness, that is really, really tight. So you'll feel this all the way through the calves, the hamstrings. It's like a nice hamstring stretch with that added sort of foot massage there. Ooh. And I'm doing a little bit of rotation too. Yeah, you guys can see. Rotating it slightly out and in. I'm gonna do a little quicker there just because it's really feeling tight. So I'll see if I can encourage it to loosen up. Let's roll up slowly. Ooh. Turn this way. Wide stance, a little wider than shoulder width. Oh wait, oh yeah. Okay, forward fold. And then you can lift the toe or not. You can bend at the knees, make it a little softer, kind of shift your weight. Oh, baby. All right, let's bring it up one more wide. Let me shift over here a little bit so you guys can see me. So now I'm really wide, a lot wider than shoulder width. And I'm just gonna stand here and rotate in and out with that foot. So again, I'm rotating from the hips, but you can bend a little and rotate from the knee instead, whatever's comfortable for you. Whew. And I'm kind of shimmying my hips side to side too, just to change the pressure a little bit. Play around with it, see what feels okay for you. You might find a little spot that you want to get after, or a spot you want to avoid. So just kind of make it your own. Bending and straightening. All right, let's come off of that. Shake it out a little bit. We'll do a little bit of stretching for the ankles. So just take a moment and stand flat on the ground. See if you can align your feet so they're making an 11. And then just see if you notice anything different. My feet are feeling really different on the floor now. They're feeling like they're touching down a little better on the floor. Like my toes are spread out a little more. So even though, you know, we didn't do a ton there for the feet, it's still, I'm noticing a big difference. So I'm gonna curl one toe under. I'll turn this way. Just get a little stretch through the ankles and the feet. I'm gonna bend into it. My ankles are pretty flexible, so you may not be able to kind of push into it that far. If you want to get a little further, you can do a staggered stance, whatever works for you. And now I'll rotate. So I have my knee rotated out, still toes pointed under. We're just doing like a counter stretch. A little bounce in there. And same thing on the other foot, curl the toe under, bend and drop it down if you want, or bring the toes back. Ooh, little balance. And we'll turn the toes this way. Oh, this one's still a little tight, stretching this way. This is probably the most time I've spent with my feet in quite some time. And they really need it. Okay, any other stretches? Let's do one more stretch. So I'm just gonna stack heel to toe, little balance, flex the toe up, push the hips back, forward fold, but I'm not taking it all the way down. I'm just kind of resting my hands on my thighs for now. Just getting a little bit of a stretch and then just slowly lowering down. Just listen to your body, wherever feels okay for you. Ooh, if you want to take it all the way down, you don't have to. Oh. And we'll slowly bring it back up and switch sides, a little rotation, little balance here, flex the toe up. Slowly fold it down. This side is not as tight for me, so I'm going to be able to take it down a little easier. And we'll bring it up. And let's shake it out a little bit. So I think that's good for feet. Does anyone have any other areas? I was gonna move on and do a little bit of spine. So we'll lay out flat if you have a roller. If not, that's okay. You can kind of just watch and follow along. So let's see, I'll move these out of the way. So I have, let's see, where do I need to be? There we go. So I have a short spiny roller. You can use just a regular roller. This is just the one that I have today. This one gets a little bit deeper. But yeah, it's up to you. So I'm gonna lay this at an angle there so you guys can see. And I'm just gonna lay back, since this is a shorter roller, I'm gonna have my hips actually down on the floor and lay back so that my head can rest. And then I'm going to take this block and place it under me so that my hips can kind of relax. And just find a comfortable position. So if you have a full-size roller, you're going to be, your whole torso from your hips all the way up to the top of your head is going to be resting on the roller. I'm just going to bring my palms facing up. It's called anatomical position. And just allow gravity to do the work here. So this is a passive stretch with a little bit of, with foam rolling. So it just kind of pulls and opens up all this, the anterior muscle groups, so all in your chest. You might feel in your ribs too, in your shoulders. It's just going to kind of open all of that up. So it's going to help you breathe better. It's springtime, I'm having allergies, so breathing is very important. Come just a little more of an angle. There we go. And I'm just going to bring my arms out to the side, palms facing up for now. Let's see if we can bring our arms out to a T. So again, this is just opening through the shoulders. You might feel it all the way down into the bicep. And we'll bring the arms down low. And what you can do, you can grab the end of your roller and kind of pull on it to stretch open your chest if that feels okay. So as I'm grabbing the end of the roller, I'm pushing my shoulder blades down and back. So I don't, oh yeah, you guys can see that. So it kind of feels like you're arching in your thoracic spine. So your chest is gonna lift. Oh, that just feels so amazing. And we'll release there. Let's bring the arms out into a low V. And now I'm going to bend my elbow, kind of bring my thumbs up to my shoulders. And I'm just going to lower down. So it's like I'm making a snow angel, just like a baby snow angel. And this particular method can help with a lot of different things. If you have any like carpal tunnel issues, this can help sometimes alleviate some of the tension there. Can help relax in the neck, the back, the shoulders. Let's do one more, bringing the thumbs up to the shoulders, and now let's press it out. If you can, go all the way overhead if that feels okay. I know not everyone has that mobility, and that's okay. Stretch it out as you can, and then bring it back down. All the way down. Grab the end of your roller there, pull on it, and press your shoulders back and down, pressing your elbows. Whew, let's release there. Whew. All right, so let's do a little rolling side to side. So I'm just gonna drop my knees side to side in order to roll side to side on the roller. So I'm using my arms to kind of help support me so I don't roll off. This is a very gentle, passive kind of motion, but again, gravity's doing the work for you. And just depending on how tight you are, this, you know, today I am really feeling this. I did a lot of work on the computer, so I know my shoulders and chest, all of this area is really tight, so I'm really feeling it today, even though it's a very gentle movement. And if you want to, you can move your head with your knees. Get a little nerve flossing in. As the muscles loosen up, you can help to stretch the nerves a bit. And this will hopefully help to improve reaction time. Get a little more agility just by loosening things up. And I'm slowly kind of stretching my arms up to like a T, really reaching with my fingers across the room. And you'll notice as you start to into a T, you start to feel a little more of the roller digging into the shoulders. Just listen to your body, whatever feels best for you. So we're gonna switch now. I'm gonna drop my knees to one side and my head to the other, a little rotational nerve flossing. The other side. And again, just listen to your body. If there's any pain, just really take it easy. This is a delicate area. And let's do just a few more side to side. And let's bring it back to center. So now let's use our arms. We're going to keep our knees stationary, and I'm going to cross one arm over the other like you're giving yourself a hug. Really opening up the spine now, so you'll feel that roller. If you have one of these spiny rollers, you'll really feel it get into the spine. And if you want to rock it side to side, you can, or you can just lay on it, let gravity do the work for you. Whew, and don't forget to breathe. With each exhale, you're releasing a little bit more tension. And let's release there. Cross the other arm on top, reverse it. Same thing if you want to rock side to side. And I'm really feeling this dig into my thoracic spine right now. That must be the sensitive spot right around my shoulders. And let's release there. Let's bring the arms down. This time we're gonna lift up towards the ceiling and then drop it down overhead. And we'll bring it back up to the ceiling and back down. This time we're gonna reach it up towards the ceiling. Keep your arms there and just bend at the elbow. Let your hands drop down so thumbs are coming into the shoulders. Bring it back up and all the way down. So we're just kind of working on some mobility now. So we're staying stationary on the roller and just checking in on the mobility in the shoulders, just checking for any tension. This is actually feeling okay for me today. All right, so I'm gonna turn my arms out. So now I'm kind of pulling my elbows in, like I'm trying to pull my elbows into the roller. My arms or my hands are kind of starting to rotate out and away. And if you can, pull the shoulders back and then relax it and pull back and relax. So we're just working as many angles of rotation and mobility in the shoulders that we can get at. The shoulders and the hips are very unique compared to other areas because they can rotate, they move forward and back, they move side to side. They have the most mobility out of all the joints. So we spend a little more time on the hips and shoulders just to maintain that mobility. So now I'm kind of rotating my palms up and down now just to get a little more mobility in those little muscle groups, those little part of the rotator cuff actually. Tiny muscles, but they tend to get really, really tight. So just trying to loosen that all up. Okay, let's relax there. Let's see, anything else we want to do? I'm gonna do like a shoulder circle, just one side at a time. So you may not feel much on this, or you may feel it kind of digging into your shoulder blade. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. Let's do just a few more on each side. Okay, let's relax. I'm just gonna sort of find a relaxing position here. Let's take a few breaths and just let your body just kind of melt over the roller. It might help to close your eyes and just breathe and relax into it. Let gravity help you here. One more nice breath. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove the block here. If you have a long roller, you can just roll off the roller and roll the roller to the side. And just lay out flat here and just kind of mentally scan over your spine, see how it feels. I'm feeling kind of taller or wider. A little bit more of me is able to lay down flat on the floor after doing that. So let's slowly come up to seated. You can roll onto one side, press yourself up. We'll come up to seated. Ooh. And let's see, let's grab a tennis ball. Where did I put them? And we'll do just a little bit here in the traps because that tends to get real tight for everyone. So actually, let's do hammering. We'll just stick with that. So this is a tapping or hammering technique. Just doing some finishing touches to loosen up a little bit more. Turn your head to the side to expose a little more of that muscle if that feels okay. See how the other side's feeling. You can take that arm and bring it behind you as well and turn your head if that helps to kind of get in there a little deeper, a little better. All right. I think that's pretty good for today. If you guys have any questions or any body parts you want to ask me about, anything that has been bugging you that we can talk about in the last few minutes, let me know.
If we have like knee pain, like in my kneecap,
In the kneecap.
like if it hurts to climb stairs up or down,
Yeah.
is that something we can work on and address?
Yeah, the tennis ball is a really good technique to use. If you lay out flat, you can take the tennis ball and put it right behind the knee and just like very gently lower down. So you'll see my knee has like a slight bend in it. And I'm gonna just rock it side to side because this is, again, almost like the arch of the foot. It tends to be very tender for people. So this can be helpful.
Okay.
Another area is right at the top of the calf. And sometimes that's where, you know, the calf's really tight and it's pulling the knee out of alignment. So, and again, I'm just rocking side to side. We'll get into calves a lot because there's a lot of different things that can happen in the calves, and we'll definitely cover that in one of the classes. So.
Sweet. Thanks.
Yeah.
And then low back.
The low back is the booty roll. So the foam roller, you can do it with the tennis balls too. And you just sit on the roller. Ooh, and roll it forward, back, side to side. We'll get into that one too, because that's probably
Okay.
the #1 complaint for people is tightness in the back. So yeah, and I have a handout for you guys. If you guys can make it to 6 classes, I'll send you the handout, and it covers all the body parts and kind of injuries and stuff like that that can be alleviated if you roll these certain areas. So yeah, try to make it to 6 classes if you can, and then I can email it to you, or I have some printouts. If you're in Santa Barbara, I can get you copies. So.
Awesome.
So any other questions from anyone, or any feedback, anything you want more of for next week?
How do I donate to you? I hadn't quite figured that out yet.
Oh, okay. I posted my Venmo link. If you don't have Venmo, I have PayPal also. I think, is that Libby? I can email you.
Yeah, just email it to me and I'll pay you.
Okay, no problem. Great, thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate this. This is exactly what I needed. My
Yeah,
back
good.
working in weird positions, and
Yes.
you know, so that was perfect.
Yeah, good. All right. Jen, are you still online?
Still here. I'm still rolling. I might stay on this for a little longer. This feels good.
Okay, good. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions or any areas you want to get after. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of go through the body, and you guys can email me or message me, and yeah, we'll just try and slowly work through every body part. It'll take a couple weeks, and then yeah, we'll cover it all.
Perfect.
It's going to be some guys in the coming week. There's similar pain, like back pain and hips, sciatica, and back area. They're going to be joining us in the next couple of weeks, I think.
Okay. Yep, I got a whole long list of stuff that we'll do. So
Yeah, your hip ones are great.
bring your injuries.
Yeah, your hip ones are great.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and also so Wednesday and Friday is yoga, same time, 5:15. Tuesday is foam rolling, and Thursday will be meditation. So
Meditation.
yep, I know, and I'm excited with this backdrop. We can do some animations, and yeah, it'll be fun.
Great.
All
We all
right,
need that one.
guys. Well, thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.